Learning how to create a WordPress website or blog that grabs the eyeballs of the people is no rocket science. And that's why I'm going to take you on a step-by-step journey in which I'm going to teach you how to customize the theme of your WordPress website, how to add a menu and customize it among other things. Hi everyone, it's Sushant Arora, the founder and CEO of In-Class Learning. I welcome each one of you lovely people to this fifth lesson of this free digital marketing course. In the fourth lesson, I explained you how to go about purchasing and configuring the domain name as well as hosting for your website. And I also told you how to set up your first theme to get your website started. If you haven't gone through the fourth lesson as yet, you can go through it by clicking on the I button here. Now in this lesson, we are going to take a step forward towards learning how to edit our WordPress website and customize its appearance. Consider hitting the red button below to subscribe to the channel and also hit the bell icon so you don't miss any videos in the future. Now let's jump right in. So once you have logged into your GoDaddy account, GoDaddy is going to redirect you to My Products page, right? So all you need to do now is to scroll down a bit and click on this button Manage, which is written against the Manage WordPress plan. Now click on this button Edit Site. So now you can see you have landed onto the back end of your website. This is the place from where you're going to be managing your website on all fronts. Whether it's about updating it, writing posts, writing blog, updating all the media and all of that stuff, creating pages, creating menu, customizing the appearance of the website. So every single thing is going to be done by you from this end. This is the back end of your website. Now there is one more way with the help of which you can log into your dashboard. That means the back end of your website instead of going to GoDaddy and then logging in. All you need to do is to write the domain name of your website /WP admin. Click enter and you're good to go. Since I'm already logged in, so it didn't ask me for username as well as password. But if you are not logged in already, it's going to ask you username and as well as the password. So once you enter it, you're going to be redirected to this backend. So there are two ways with the help of which you can log in, right? So now as you can see, the entire backend of the website has been divided into two sections. The left hand side is a very small column that contains all the options, post, media, pages, comments, appearance and all of that stuff. We're going to go through each one of this one by one. So on the right, there is a dashboard where WordPress has assembled some of the links for us to get started. It has assembled all the links that are commonly used by the people so that we don't have to look out for these options in this column. Right, so you can see there are some basic things like write your first blog post, add an about page, set up your home page, view your site, manage menus, turn comments on or off, learn more about getting started. So all the basic stuff that one needs to get started with a WordPress website, a WordPress blog. WordPress has combined all of that stuff for us at one place. So either I can use it or I can make use of all these things, all the options on the left hand side. So as you can see in the option post, you're going to be managing all your posts. That means your blogs that you're going to be writing. So with the help of this, you're going to be managing all the posts that you write, right? Adding a new post, deleting an old post, or modification or updation of an already existing post and all of that kind of stuff. Now in the media option, you're going to be adding your images or videos. That means all the media related to your website, right? In the pages section, see, a website is nothing but a collection of a lot of web pages, right? So we are going to be adding new pages or making changes to the current pages with the help of this option, that is pages. Now when we talk about comments, you very well know that when we write a blog, there is an option for the people to comment, right? So in the comment section, we can moderate the comments. That means we can decide which comment to keep, which not to, which comment to delete, so on and so forth. So moderation of comments is going to be done from this section. Now coming on to the appearance part. In the previous lesson, I told you and taught you as to how we can apply a theme to our website. And applying a theme is the first and the foremost step for us to get started with a WordPress website, right? So with the help of this appearance section, there are a lot of options, with the help of which we can customize our website, including changing theme, customizing it, adding and removing menus, changing the location of menus, changing the background, and a lot of other things. Plugins are nothing but a piece of code which we use to add functionalities to our site. So whenever we are using WordPress to make a website, we can use different plugins, which are nothing, like I told you, it's just a piece of code with the help of which we can add functionalities, as many functionalities as we want to our website show. We don't have to code for it. We just have to look out for the right plugin and install it. In the users section, you can add all the users, add some profiles, all the people, all the users who can access this website. Now the tools section has a lot of tools for us, including but not limited to importing of new themes. Like let's say if I download a theme via the internet, I can import that theme and use it, right? So instead of going for some theme which is already built in, I can download it via the internet and then import that theme and apply that. So all of that kind of stuff is done with the help of tools. The settings section is bifurcated into a lot of different sections, including general settings, writing settings, reading settings, discussion, media, permalinks, privacy, and so on. We are going to be discussing every one of these in the time to come. So first off, we're going to start off with changing the appearance of our website. Right now, firstly, I'm going to teach you how to change the current theme of your website, right? So all you need to do to change the theme of your website is to go and click on appearance and click on themes. Now you can see that this theme is already active. And now I have a couple of options to choose from. I can easily change my theme. So this is a list of themes that are already installed. If I want, I can go on with some other theme as well by clicking on this add new theme button. So these are the themes which are already installed, and like I told you in the previous lesson as well, all you need to do is to click on this activate button. And since all these themes are already installed, so that means I don't have to install them. The process says install the theme first and then activate it, right? But since all these themes are pre-installed, I don't have to install them. I just need to activate them. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you how to add a new theme instead of using all these inbuilt ones. So click on this add new theme. Now you have a lot of options, sections to choose from. You can go on with featured or popular. Popular is gonna give you a lot of popular themes which a lot of people are using currently, right? So there are a lot of options out of which you can choose. So I'm gonna choose for one of the best, and its name is Astra. So here is it. And as you can see, there is no install button. That is so because I've already installed it. So if you don't have it already installed, the button is going to read as install. So once you install it, you're going to activate it. Click on activate. So now you can see active Astra. That means the current active theme is not Go. It is Astra now, right? So let's open our website. So now you can see the Astra theme has already been applied. Scroll down a bit and you're going to notice powered by Astra WordPress theme. So that means the theme has been applied successfully, right? You can browse through all the pages, like this is the about page, this is the media page, and this is the contact page. Right, so the theme has already been successfully applied. Now what if I want to change this theme again? What I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to this section and look out for one more theme that looks pretty cool to me. I think this one is looking pretty beautiful. Activate it. And like I told you, since it's showing activated not installed, that means this theme is already installed, right? So don't worry if you don't have this theme. That means you don't have it installed as yet. You can always go on and add a new theme, install it, and then activate it. So I'm going to click on activate. New theme activated. Let's visit the site. So now you can see the appearance has totally changed. So this is how you can shuffle in between the themes. Now I'm going to show you how to customize your website. That means, change all the things that you have in your website. All you need to do now is to click on this customize. So you again need to come to appearance section and then click on customize. So this is the built-in WordPress customizer. You can see the entire screen is divided into two sections. On the left hand side, you're going to see a whole lot of options with the help of which I'm going to teach you how to change and customize the appearance of your website. And on the right, you're going to see those live changes happening. So this is a preview of your website, right? So whatever changes I'm going to make with the help of these options located on the left, all the changes would be visible on the right, right? So let's start from site identity. Now, what is site identity? See, it has a lot of options, like you can choose a logo, you can choose a site title, you can have a tagline as well. So I'm going to just select a logo, right? Click on select files, go to this, click on select. Now you can crop it the way you want to. I'm going to just make sure that it appears. Now click on crop image. So now you can see the logo is already here, right? So like I told you, the right hand side is always going to show you the live preview, the live changes that you are doing, right? So let's change the site's title. Let's change it to something like digital marketing practitioner. Now I can also write a tagline. Let's say digital marketing practitioner. So now you can see here is the tagline, right? So this is the site title and this is the logo and this is the tagline. Now click on publish. Now you can see you have your logo, your site's title, and as well as the tagline, right? So it's pretty amazing, isn't it? Now there is one more thing that I'd like to add, and that is the site icon. You can see with the title of the website, the icon of WordPress is there, right? So what if I want to show my logo instead of the WordPress icon? So this is the site icon, right? Now all I need to do is to click on this button, select site icon, and click one of the pictures that I want to show as the site icon. So I'm going to choose this one. Now click on select, crop image. Now click on publish. See, it's showing you a preview over here as to how it's going to look once the changes are live, right? Let's come on to this, refresh the page. So you can see instead of the WordPress icon, now my profile pic is getting displayed over here. That is my site icon, the site icon that I chose. Now let's learn about menus. So you can see there is a primary menu of this website and a footer menu. Primary menu is this one and footer menu is the one that is displayed in the footer, right? So if I want to make changes to the primary menu, all I need to do is to click on this primary menu. And now you can drag and drop it, to change the order of all the links that are getting displayed in the primary menu. See, I rearranged them, right? So I'm going to see as to how it looks. Media is going to come first, then contact, and then about. And you can see, I'm going to exchange it. And look out for the changes. See, now first is contact, then media, and then about, right? Now you can click on this arrow to expand it. So, you can change the label as well. Label is the name of the link with which it is going to be referred. So let's say if I want to label it as contact us, right? Now click on the primary menu. So you can see the name has changed to contact us instead of contact, right? Similarly, I can make changes to the labels of these things as well. If I want, I can remove them as well. Let's click on remove to remove it. So now you're going to only notice two options inside the primary menu. One is contact us and the other one is media, right? And if you want to add new items to this menu, you can also do that by clicking on this button, add items. Right, so there are a lot of pre-built options, that are already there. So I just need to click the plus button against whatever page I want to add. Like, let's say I want to add blog. So I'm going to click on this and you can see immediately on the left hand side, blog page was added, right? So these are the built-in pages that are already there, right? If I want, I can create a new page as well. How? All I need to do to create a new page is to think of a name of a page. Like, let's say our services. Now just click on add and a page is automatically going to be created as well as added to that menu. You can see on the left hand side our services has been added, right? So now you can see and look out for the changes. Blog is here and our services is here, right? Now I'm going to show you how to edit the footer menu. So let's click on this footer menu part, right? So this is the footer menu. You can also change the name of the menu from here. Like let's say I'm going to rename it as bottom menu, right? So the name of the footer menu is now bottom menu. You can redrag it, you can reorder these things. You can also add items and so on and so forth. So the entire way of doing it remains the same as it was with primary menu, right? Click on back. Again, click on back. Now click on widgets. So now what are the widgets? These are widgets. As you can see, the recent post section, recent comment section. Recent post section is going to show all the blogs, all the posts that are recent, and recent comment section is going to show you all the comments that were recently made by people on your blogs, right? Now these are, the categories section is going to show you categories and so on and so forth. So these are the widgets. There are plenty of options from which you can choose. Like see, there are two types of widget area. First one is the sidebar widget area, which is of course this one, right? And one is the footer widget area. I'm going to move on to that as well, but first off I'm going to explain you sidebar widget area. So let's click on it. So now you can see all the options. See, search is there, and then recent post is here, and then recent comments is here, then archives is here, then categories is here, and then meta is here. So you can see all the widgets are arranged in an order which is listed over here, right? So I can make changes to these things as well, very much similar to the way in which I made changes to primary as well as footer menu, right? So I can change the order, and now you're going to see that search is going to go down. Recent post is going to be shown on the top. So you can see recent post is here, then recent comments, then search, then archives. And what if I want to edit these widgets? Just click on this arrow. You can change the title. Like let's say if I want to change the title of this widget from recent post to new post. So you can see the title has been changed to new post. Now I can also set in the frequency, that is the number of posts to show. And if I have written 5 over here, that means once I start writing blog posts, 5 post links are going to be posted over here, right? Now click on done. And very similar to this, you can make changes to all the widgets down here. You can make changes to recent comments, you can make changes to search, you can make changes to archives, you can make changes to meta, you can make changes to the categories part and so on, right? But please remember, until and unless you click on this button publish, the changes won't go live. So if you do all the changes and you didn't click on the button publish, that means your changes are going to be unsaved and you would lose all the changes, all the progress that you made so far. So please make sure that once you are done with making the changes onto your website, click on publish. Now I'm going to do the very same so that all the changes are published. Now click on back. Now let's see what footer widget area has in store for us. So you can see there is only one widget currently in the footer section. Let's scroll down a bit, and the only widget that is visible to us is this text column, right? So you can see text, and the text goes here. You can add media as well. Like if I want to add an image, I can easily do that by clicking on this, and let's select one of the files. So after selecting one of the media, you can click on insert into post. So now you can see the image is here alongside the text, right? So very similar to this, I can make a lot of changes to it, right? I'm gonna click on done if I'm good with this change, otherwise I can remove it, right? So now to add more widgets to the footer area, all I need to do is to click on this plus button, that is add a widget. So you can see there are plenty of options to choose from. You can add audio, you can add a calendar, you can add categories, you can add a gallery, you can add an image, you can add a navigation menu, you can add pages, recent comments, RSS search. So lots and lots of options to choose from. For example, I wish to display a calendar, so I'm gonna just click on this. See, the widget is here. I can also change its title to, let's say, calendar. Now click on done, and the title is going to be shown over here on the top of the widget, right? So you can add as many widgets as you want. Let's say I click on add a widget, I click on gallery, but to add an image gallery I need to add images. So you can click on add images. You can choose, like, let's say a lot of pictures from these. Click on create a new gallery, click on insert gallery. So now you can see here is the gallery. I can also change the title as pictures. Now I'm gonna just click on done. So you can see the title is here. Click on back, click on publish. Let's see the changes. Scroll down a bit to the footer section of the website. So you can see now all the widgets are here, the picture, the calendar, as well as the image gallery. Now if you are good at coding, especially CSS, you can add your custom CSS over here. But I won't recommend you to add anything over here unless you are a professional CSS developer, right? Otherwise you might just end up messing your website. Click on back. In the header settings, you can change the header settings and all of that stuff, Click on social links. So these are the options that we have. We can show our Facebook icon, show a Twitter icon, a LinkedIn icon, and add the profile links over here respectively. Now once the user clicks on those buttons, he's going to be automatically redirected to those pages. If he clicks on the Facebook URL, he's going to be redirected to the Facebook page, and if he clicks on the LinkedIn URL, he's going to be directed to the LinkedIn page, so on and so forth, right? Click on back. You can also change the footer copyright settings by clicking on this. Now click on footer copyright settings. So now you can see, just scroll down a bit, you're going to see it is written proudly powered by WordPress, theme appointee by this. You can change this. You can also choose to hide it by checking this checkbox. Now you can see the footer copyright is gone, right? So if I wish to show it, I can uncheck it. And now I can make changes to it, I can make changes to the text, like let's say presented to you by Sushant Arora, right? So now you can see presented to you by Sushant Arora. So you can make changes to the copyright footer as well. Now click on back. Now click on social links. So this option is also showing us the option of showing social links, but make no mistake, this option is meant for the footer. That means if we wish to show the social icons, social profile icons in the footer section, we need to add our URLs in this section, right? So you can add all the URLs and all of that stuff, and it's going to show it. To watch the course right from the start, click on the I button here. Instagram is one platform where we post a lot of valuable content on a consistent basis. So if you don't want to miss that, follow us right now. The link to the same is given in the description below. In the next lesson, I'm going to teach you some more amazing features of WordPress that you can use to build an amazing website for yourself. And if you like the video, you know what to do. I'll see you in the next lesson. Till then, bye-bye. Take care.